I was delighted to see the food. I was cooking all night. I just don't know what I cooked, so I was trying to see what you have. I'm delighted to welcome you this day to the Presidential Faculty and Staff Awards ceremony, recognizing the achievements of our colleagues across the campus. Now, please join me and stand for the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose the stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets of first in air through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the
Before moving forward, thank you. I want to acknowledge the families and friends of all of our award recipients who've joined us today. We know that we're nothing without our families and friends. So all the families and friends of our award recipients, and I mean friends who are not from campus, because we're all friends of the award recipient, right? But our guests today, families and friends, stand up. Let me see who you are, and let's give you a round of applause. She said she's going to stand anyway. Morgan said she's going to stand anyway. I know that's right. I know that's right. Very good. We appreciate all of your support. Also with us today are the former presidential teaching and research professors, past Distinguished Staff Award winners, previous Jakubic and Winch and Demarest awardees, and past Regent honorees. Would all of you please stand? Wherever you are, please stand. All of those who are here, give them a round of applause. Thank you. Following the awards ceremony today, I will spend a few minutes introducing the new UMBC brand and highlighting some of the campus's most recent notable developments. Now I'm delighted to welcome to the podium Provost Philip Rouse. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Freeman, and good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today to recognize our awardees today and to be with us. So it gives me great pleasure to first honor our Presidential Faculty and Staff Award winners. And I'm going to ask that each of our awardees stand as I read their citation, and then each awardee will have an opportunity to speak to you for a few moments. The 2019-2022 Presidential Teaching Professor is Dr. Caroline Forestier, Associate Professor and Chair of Political Science. Caroline. Since 2004, Dr. Forestier has dedicated herself to designing and implementing courses with great care and sensitivity to the perspectives and best interests of her students. She has designed assignments that help students use the material they study to find ways to be applied in real-world situations. Her expertise in innovative pedagogy extends well beyond her classroom. Departments across our campus have adopted her new instructional approaches to research, which she has described in her 2017 textbook, Beginning Research in Political Science. So please join me in welcoming and congratulating Dr. Caroline Forestier.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It is not lost upon me that when I arrived at UMBC in 2004, that I came to exactly this ceremony and I sat at one of these tables as I watched my colleague and now friend, Dr. Cindy Hody, win this award in 2005. So I am so incredibly proud of that. And it's not lost on me that she was chair at the time, and she was the chair at the time that I was hired, and now I am chair of the department. So thank you so much to Dr. Hody for everything that she has done. And indeed, I come from a department of very strong teachers, and I have learned so much from my colleagues in the discussions that we've had. I am so incredibly grateful to each and every one of them, and I couldn't be more proud to represent them as chair. And it is really meaningful for me to win this award, especially because UMBC is nationally recognized as being strong in teaching. We are consistently recognized nationally with our accolades and things like that. So I am so proud to represent the faculty with this. And so it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing. If there's one piece of advice that I could give about teaching, it would be to show genuine enthusiasm for any subject that you teach. Even if it's a subject that maybe you're not so passionate about, I think the key is to find what you're passionate about it and to try to give that to our students. Because if you get excited about something, I think the students will also get excited about something and think, why is she so excited about this? And want to know just a little bit more. And it's that enthusiasm, I think, that engages our students. And that is something that I strive to do each and every single time in the classroom. So I would like to say thank you. Thank you to the selection committee. Thank you to Dr. Laura Hussey, my wonderful colleague, for writing my nomination letter. And I'd also like to give a shout out to my family, my husband Asher and my 2 children, Dax and Sky, are here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Caroline. The recipient of the 2019-2022 Presidential Research Professor Award is Dr. Govind Rao. Dr. Rao is Director of the Center for Advanced Sensor Technology, otherwise known as CAST, and Professor of Chemical, Biochemical, and Environmental Engineering. As Director of the Center, Dr. Rao brings together chemistry, optics, electronics fabrication, micromachining, and molecular biology, and many other disciplines in a way unlike any other academic laboratory. Many of the activities and discoveries of this laboratory have resulted in intellectual property in the form of patents, which have been licensed to other companies and deployed in the field. Dr. Rao has been known as a disruptive innovator.
Proud of it. I'm proud of it. I know that's right. That's great.
Now you've got me blushing.
Me too.
A major effort of Dr. Rao's research and laboratory is a project to fund on-demand manufacturing of pharmaceuticals, which has the potential to drastically reduce the cost of drugs and make them available to everyone across the world. In addition, he and his team are known internationally for developing affordable solar-powered infant incubators to support premature babies in communities with limited resources and in remote areas. That invention earned the 2019 Global Health Research Award from the Academic Pediatric Association. Dr. Rao has also received many, many awards for his teaching, service and research, including the Presidential Young Investigator Award from the National Science Foundation. So please join me in welcoming and honouring Dr. Govind Rao. Govind.
Give me a hug, man. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Another round of applause for that Global Award for Children. That's huge.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. I'm honored to be among this August list of honorees, and I'm the diversity hire. Everyone else is a woman. So, and Freeman, you'll appreciate this. I started CAST to answer life's most persistent and urgent question: what have you done for others? These are words uttered by Dr. King in 1957. We are inspired by those words and by the Bible that teaches that you are your brother's keeper, by the Gita that says you're all one, by the Quran that says charity is a pillar of faith, by the Torah which says if you save one life, it's as if you've saved the world, and by the compassion espoused by the Buddha, who said any action born out of compassion automatically becomes righteous. So these are our inspirations, and it is this that's driving us to create affordable healthcare for the world. And it is an amazing group of undergrads, grads, and other postdocs that I represent here today. It's all about them and their commitment to this mission. But it almost didn't happen. 32 years ago when I started at UMBC, I was 26, my colleagues were 25 and 28, and we'd been charged to create an outstanding world-class biotech program. Somebody had neglected to figure out where to put us, so we had no lab space. And it was the generosity, so we were literally refugees, but it was the generosity of our colleagues from biology, Bob Burchard, who became a tireless advocate for us, and our faculty in chemistry, who made room in their building, in their space, to create a lab for us. So that's how we were nurtured. And Michael Hooker, the president, then took a deep personal interest, and I still remember a call from him saying, I'm working on your building, I'd like to build you one, can't happen fast enough, but I've got two alternatives for you. One is Spring Grove, a mental institution, and the other is the Juvenile Detention Center, a jail. So not exactly how I'd planned my career to start at UMBC, choice between an asylum and a jail. But the jail worked out well, and in those days, we had no email, and that was the biggest blessing. Because it took me a while to figure out why nothing got done on campus until I found out that everything went by campus mail. So from the second floor to the fourth floor, it took a day. So I said, the heck with this, I started walking stuff. And it was the best thing that happened because I made friends with all the staff. Memo to young faculty, if the staff are on your side, you can do anything. Yeah. And so, and as a result, Karen Wench became a dear friend. Yeah. She referred to me as Trouble all the time. Susan McGuire, Dorothy Anderson, and I'm probably the only assistant professor. Betty Lou Krieger was the head of accounting. Joan Pardo was the head of physical plant. They never called me by name. It was always Hun or Sweetie. And so I got everything done because if I had a problem, I'd just pick up the phone and they'd take care of me. And so it was an amazing experience to build a department from scratch, literally in empty rooms. And we won't end. I want to recollect the words of Nehru when India was granted independence, who said, until every tear is wiped from every eye, our work will not be done. Thank you very much. Wow. I'm honored to be here.
Make you want to cry.
Thank you so much, Govind. The recipient of the Presidential Distinguished Staff Award for Professional Staff is Ms. Valerie A. Thomas. Since joining UMBC in 2002, Ms. Thomas has transformed the Human Resources Department into a model for institutional excellence. She has focused on building positive relationships with all faculty and staff by strengthening the services and support offered by the department, resulting in key business process improvements, enhanced employee rewards and recognition programs, and training and professional development opportunities. With her knowledge and guidance, UMBC has implemented several important initiatives centered on the health and wellness of our employees, including implementing a smoke-free campus policy, creating UMBC's Wellness Initiative, and advocating for our employees' work-life balance. At the system level, she has been a key subject matter expert for the Labour Relations Board And in 2008, her collaborative work with UMBC's executive leadership, shared governance and bargaining units resulted in a fair and minimally intrusive furlough plan for our employees during that time. So please join me in welcoming and congratulating Ms. Valerie Thomas.
Sorry there are no door prizes today. Have you ever tried to do something alone and then tried the same thing with people who have the same goals and values, work ethic as you? Well, before I came to UMBC, I felt that most of the time my work I was doing alone, and it was a struggle. And the difference in doing that work here is that you have so many people, most of you out there, who are willing to help. You heard that from time and time again from the speakers here about how people will help you if you just ask. I want to thank you for working with me and with the HR team through the good times and through the bad. UMBC is recognized as one of the great institutions in higher education and acknowledged as a great place to work. I am so very proud to be a part of the UMBC story. I want to thank Dr. Hrabowski, the nomination committee, the selection committee. I want to thank the HR team for always going above and beyond to get things done. Thank my husband, Reggie, and my daughter, Morgan, for understanding the time commitment that it takes to get this work done. Even when my daughter had to stay here 16 years ago all night in the project room for PeopleSoft, she understood why. Thank you all for caring so much about what we do and for making UMBC a place where employees are proud to work. Thank you. Oh, gosh, so much needed.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, Val. The recipient of the 2019-2020 Presidential Distinguished Staff Award for non-exempt staff is Ms. Liz Steenrod. Liz is Program Management Specialist for Language, Literacy and Culture. From the moment she stepped into her role at UMBC, Ms. Steenrod has used her creativity and committed leadership to support the LLC program during its critical years of growth. Her focus on student success in all of her work has advanced the program, which has expanded to serve more than 75 doctoral students and its many interdisciplinary affiliate faculty. She has devised program systems to track and alert students of key milestones, benchmarks, and deadlines in the program, including the development of a student database and implementation of supplemental software tools to detail student progression. In addition, she took on the responsibilities as program advisor, where she would dedicate her time to discuss all aspects of the program with our students, from research to coursework to financial planning and personal challenges. Please join me in welcoming and honoring Ms. Liz Steenrod.
Congratulations. I know your husband's so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I am so honored to be up here and amazed. There's so many accomplished people here, so really I'm so grateful. And I have so much to owe to two women in particular in this room who took the time out of an amazingly busy fall schedule to even think about nominating me, much less putting forth the effort it takes for me to get this award. Beverly Bickle was our acting director in the fall, and Kimberly Moffett is our current director. We've had some directorship changes here in the last year, and it's kept us pretty busy. As the only staff person at the LLC doctoral program, I'm always looking for ways to increase productivity and better manage our resources. I used to work at small nonprofits, so I seem to gravitate to positions with lengthy job descriptions and a real sense of mission and community. That's what keeps me motivated. Last year, LSC experienced the sudden loss of our friend and director, Dr. Cedric Herring. It was crushing for us, honestly, an amazing man. And what happened out of that was beautiful, really. The UMBC community really touched us with their compassion and really made me realize how special this place is. I mean, I've always felt like it was special, but it really gets you here. Despite its size, actually, the university is surprisingly close-knit. It's very supportive. It's a great culture, really, to be working here. And I'm grateful that there are several people on campus who have helped me learn my job. It wasn't their job description to do so, but they not only would answer a quick question, but they would give me a more thorough response to things that I needed to know to better do my job and serve our students. And so I'm really hoping that those people get nominated by their departments in the future, because there's so many dedicated, hardworking people here at UMBC. And I just want to thank you again. This is a great honor.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liz. And I'd ask you, please join me again in congratulating all of our presidential faculty and staff award winners. Congratulations. We'll now proceed to recognize the winners of the University System of Maryland Regents Awards. The recipient of the 2019 USM Board of Regents Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching is Dr. Sarah Lupin. Dr. Lupin is Senior Lecturer in Biological Sciences. Since joining UMBC in 2010, Dr. Lupin has spearheaded a series of high-impact curricular innovations and course redesigns that have transformed undergraduate science education. She created a biology teaching circle which gathered faculty to explore and implement evidence-based pedagogical approaches, and she has become a certified trainer consultant in the use of team-based learning, an evidence-based active learning technique that holds students accountable for class preparation while using group activities to master key scientific concepts. She is a recent recipient of the National Science Foundation's Improving Undergraduate STEM Education Award, as well as a 2016-17 Fulbright Award for evidence-based pedagogical innovation in health sciences education. So please join me in welcoming and congratulating Dr. Sarah Lupin.
Really impressive. So impressive.
Congratulations, Sarah.
Thank you. The 2 minutes I'm given is not enough time to thank everyone who's made me a better teacher, not even everyone in this room. But I want to thank three groups in particular. First, my colleagues, amazing colleagues in the biology department, many of whom were instrumental in some of the things I was just listed as being instrumental in. Actually, many people in the department were involved in those, such as team-based learning and the teaching circle. So also the single most collegial department I've ever even heard of, let alone been in. So thanks, guys. Second, the community of teachers that is continually being created and recreated by the Faculty Development Center, led by Linda Hodges and her staff. The people that are in that group, when you know who you are, many of you here as well, have really formed our own little sort of teaching family, and we constantly help each other improve. So thanks to all of you as well. And finally, the third group I want to thank is my students. And you guys teach me something new every single day. Already this morning, I learned things from my students. So just such a privilege to have that. To echo Carolyn's remarks, I think you have to have enthusiasm for your topic. And I think, and I hope you would agree with this too, I think when you have enthusiasm for your students, that even takes it another step to really help them succeed. There's a lot of universities where rigor is valued, excellence is valued. And there are other universities where the focus is on improving student success and especially helping groups of students who've historically not had access to the pathways to academic success to succeed. But I think UMBC is unique, not just in seeing that those two things are not mutually exclusive, but that like chocolate and peanut butter, they are better together. So it's an honor to work here, and I want to close by echoing Govind's remarks. We belong to each other, and I think it's great that we believe that here at UMBC.
Thank you so much, Sarah. The recipient of the 2018-2019 Jakubik Family Endowment Staff Award is Miss Jessica Hammond-Graf. Ms. Hammond-Graf is Senior Associate Athletic Director and Senior Women Administrator for Student Athlete Wellbeing. For more than 15 years, Ms. Hammond-Graf has made a significant impact on the lives of our student athletes, coaches, and administrators through her passion for student success and mentorship. She led the advising and support of nearly 400 students in the Academic Center for Student Athletes and has made significant progress in supporting the academic success as well as the athletic success of our student athletes on campus. Ms. Hammond-Graf has also recognized the importance of fostering growth and opportunities for women in athletics by providing professional development and mentoring programs, and she is an annual participant in the Professional Staff Senate mentoring program. Please join me in welcoming and honoring Ms. Jessica Hammond-Graf.
Can I hug you?
Don't worry, it's not too long. It's only 2 minutes. Leave it better than you found it is a motto by which I've tried to live my life. This started on camping trips as a Girl Scout. Our troop leaders would often remind us as we were breaking down camp to pick up all the trash. And this included the trash that was left there by the previous campers. It was our goal to make it better for those yet to come. For those yet to come. Doing something for someone that I had never met so they could have a better experience when they arrived. When I started at UMBC, I set out to do what seemed natural, create an exceptional experience for our current student athletes and lay the foundation for those to come, making it better than it was. The one difference was that over time, I'd actually get to know the people that I'd created the plans and the initiatives and the programs for. I guess that's what happens when you're here for 15 years. One such program is the Retriever Leadership Institute. Engaging with our student athletes and helping them find their voice as their leadership style is developing is very rewarding. Knowing that each step of the way, growing someone into something more than when they first arrived. When you start as a new leader, your sphere of influence is pretty small. Oversight of a few people, a couple of programs, and a minuscule budget. It's probably so you don't do too much damage to the larger institution. However, over time, my sphere grew, from working directly with our student athletes in the Academic Center for Student Athletes, or to my current role working with our coaches and overseeing various units within the department. Along each step, I embraced the opportunity to develop and grow our staff, challenging them to become better, to become their best selves, for employers that they have yet to meet, for future student athletes that they will one day eventually lead, or a young employee they will one day influence. At the end of the day, it is not about me. It's about creating opportunities for others to have an exceptional experience. And by leaving it better than you found it, you continue to move yourself forward, others, and the organization along a path of growth. I want to thank you for this prestigious award. It really is an honor. It's an honor to represent the Jakubik family, my athletics family, and the institution. To the athletics department and Abby Day, thank you for this nomination. There is no group of individuals who I'd rather develop our student athletes with and fight for them every single day. And to my talented and supported wife, Yancy, who married into this crazy business of college athletics, regardless of what you see on TV. It's not all fun and games. Thank you for being by my side as we share this adventure together. Thank you again for this prestigious and very humbling award.
That's wonderful.
Thank you so much, Jessica. The recipient of the 2018-2019 Karen L. Wench Award, Endowment Award for Outstanding Non-Exempt Staff is Miss Shelley Graham. Ms. Graham is the Executive Administrative Assistant for Student Affairs. For more than 30 years, Ms. Graham has demonstrated an exemplary work ethic and has performed her many responsibilities with the utmost dignity and grace, all with a bright smile and a great sense of humour. A key member of the Student Affairs Executive Office, she is often the first point of contact in the division for faculty, staff, students, parents, alumni, and external constituents. In her role with the division, she is responsible for training and supporting members of the community on matters of policy and procedure, including handling situations that may be highly sensitive and confidential. Ms. Graham has helped coordinate many local and regional community service projects for the division over the years, has served as a member of the Maryland Charities Campaign Cabinet, and is a representative on UMBC's non-exempt Staff Senate. So please join me in welcoming and congratulating Ms. Shelley Graham.
Well done. Well done.
Good afternoon. I promise mine's coming in under a minute. I have known Karen Wench for many years. I look at her as a role model, so it is such an honor to receive this award. I would like to thank Dr. Kim Lacey, Associate Vice President for Student Affairs, for nominating me. I've had wonderful supervisors my entire career at UMBC. Sue Kitchen, Wilbur Hicks, Charlie Fay, and now Nancy Young. All have supported my professional development. I started here over 31 years ago in the Vice President for Student Affairs Office, and my daughter was in elementary school. She has since graduated from UMBC, gone on to receive her master's. She is here today to celebrate with me, and it is her birthday. Please, happy birthday, April.
Wait a minute. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear April. Happy birthday to you. I'll pay for that later. Also, my good friend and former colleague, Ginny Kelman, is here to celebrate with me. Thank you again for this honor of receiving the Karen L. Wench Award.
That's wonderful. It's beautiful, Shelley.
Thank you so much, Shelley. This year we have a new award, the UMBC Research Faculty Excellence Award. This award recognises excellence in research and, where appropriate, significant contributions to teaching and service and leadership by our research faculty at UMBC. This year's recipient is Dr. Lorraine Raymer. Dr. Raymer is Research Professor in the Joint Centre for Earth Systems Technology, or JCET, here at UMBC. Dr. Raymer joined UMBC in 2012 after a successful career in the private sector and 21 years at NASA. She conducts research in physics related to aerosols, clouds, and optics, working with faculty, postdocs, and students, while simultaneously teaching courses and serving on graduate committees. One of her research results, or the most important research results, is the quantification of the amount of nutrient-rich Saharan dust that's transported across the Atlantic and plays a role in fertilising the Amazon basin, reinforcing the concept and the importance of the global climate system. Dr. Raymer has been named one of the world's top scientists in 2014. So please join me in welcoming and congratulating Dr. Lorraine Raymer.
Wow. It's an honor, Lorraine. It's just an honor. It really is. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Provost Rouse and President Porosky. Thank you very much for being here. I feel incredibly honored. I just wanted to say, it's going to be shorter than anybody else's. So I say thank you to the university and to the Office of the Vice President for Research for creating this award for research faculty, for recognizing the contribution that we make to the university's mission. Sometimes we go unrecognized, and it's very nice that we're back on the podium with everybody. I want to thank Dr. Susan Hoban for nominating me. And I want to give a special thank you to this ragtag group around this table who represents atmospheric physics, the Earth Space Institute, JCET. It's wonderful playing with you all the time, and I do come to work to play, not to work. That's good. But I want to also say thank you to JCET for creating an environment in which I could thrive. Because every time I come to you with another crazy out-of-the-box idea, it's never no. It's, okay, Lorraine, we'll make this one work too. And it's the kind of environment that I need to thrive because I'm not ever satisfied with one small thing. And I want to thank my partner and my husband and my business partner, my scientific partner, my life partner for coming and joining. Okay. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
So please join me again in recognising all the award winners today. Now, in a few moments, Dr. Hrabowski will present an update of the university, for the university. But before we do that, I'd like you please now to direct your attention to the screen where we'll be showing a short video.
Watch your thoughts. Thoughts become words.
Watch your words. Words become actions.
Watch your actions. Actions
Become habits.
Watch your habits. Habits
Become character.
Character is who you are. It's your very essence.
Thoughts,
words,
actions,
Habits.
character.
It becomes your destiny.
Really? Wow. I want you to start by giving OIA and all the people involved in this Branding Day activity and where we are. Big round of applause for everyone. We have heard so many themes today, and the themes we've heard from the people who have spoken really reflect everything I'll be saying today. Give all of our awardees another round of applause for what they've done. I think some of you will appreciate this. The older you get, the more easily you can get choked up somehow. And as I watched and heard people speaking, and I felt they're getting choked up, and sometimes when they aren't old, I found myself, and you know, there's a saying in the Deep South that my mother always used was, they messed me up. It means, and I'm saying, I'm not sure I want to go after the awardees next year, because you get kind of messed up when you're so inspired by all the things that people talked about, faculty and staff, and you got certain themes. You got this theme of staff supporting faculty, faculty supporting staff, faculty who represent and nominate a staff member, staff members who support the faculty members through all of this. The notion that we do to help other people. You hear political scientists talking about passion, excitement, and the scientists talking about the same thing for students, for the topic. And even when you don't feel it, you find the passion somehow because we have to convey that to other people. You even talk about connecting chocolate and peanut butter. I just like that metaphor. But to hear the biochemical engineering quoting Dr. King, to hear him quoting from all the great religions of the world is significant about who we are as a people. And to hear a range of staff members saying so much about one of our beloved ones who is now gone on, who inspired us all so much, to hearing other people talk about their children who are now graduates of UMBC. It is all about our community. And so I begin with the notion that we are celebrating the distinctive thoughts and words, actions, habits, character, destiny, and the people who make UMBC such a special community. This is the perfect opportunity to launch the campus's new visual identity and brand messaging, because your collective contributions, and you heard that from everybody, it's not about one of us, it's about all of us and what we do. My new book that Philip and Peter and I are writing, the first line in there is, it's not about me. It's about us as we talk about the Empowered University. And here, it's your collective contributions that are indeed the UMBC experience and story. And so I want you to think about the fact that brand is more than a logo or a marketing tool. It is who we are. It is what we say. It's how we act. It is how we describe ourselves and what we want others to think about us. It is our culture. And our culture and the experiences of those who come and experience this campus environment, all of those things define us far more than a marketing campaign, because you are what makes UMBC UMBC. You are indeed exactly that. And so I want to thank all of you for coming together. You'll hear this language, welcoming our community, people to our community of inquiring minds. And we can be proud about the fact that we're thinkers. We believe in what we're doing. We've got great hearts, good thinking. We make breakthroughs, big breakthroughs, by asking more of ourselves and the world. We inspire one another to reach our full potential and to have an impact. We heard that today. How do I have an impact, whether it's in biochemical engineering or helping a kid in the course or some staff members supporting the faculty? And then we collaborate across different perspectives in order to continue to push the notion of innovation. In good times and in challenging times, we come together to address the issues that we face and to listen to our colleagues and to our students. We use shared governance to develop the best way to address concerns and to support each other, because right now, as an example, thousands of our colleagues and students are involved in what we call Retriever Courage, our initiative that's focused on everything from mandatory training to external and internal reviews of our practices to focusing on preventing and responding to sexual misconduct and sexual violence, and we're hitting it head on. And so I encourage you to go to that webpage and look at that website and look at the specifics of what we're doing and raise questions and continue to make us better. It's because as we listen to each other and we think about what we're doing, we can make a big difference. And so just over a year ago, during a weekend in March, the world, you don't know about this, but the world got to know UMBC a little better through this incredible upset that you've not heard about by now, about UVA, when our men's basketball team sealed its place in history as the first number 16 seed to develop a number 1 seed, to defeat a number 1 seed in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Another big round of applause. Never enough applause for that idea. At the time that happened, I was asked to write a piece for The Atlantic that people may remember when I said that we will be remembered as the ultimate Cinderella, an overnight media sensation, but our story is far less fairy tale than it is really the classic American dream. Our magic comes from this culture where we reach together to ensure that all of us, our students and our faculty and our staff, are challenged and supportive. And we're still seeing lots of attention this year. If you're watching the TV, you get UMBC's name at the most amazing times. If you've not watched the wonderful ESPN piece on Coach Odom and his courageous son and family, please do so. It is inspiring to all of us. Give Coach Odom a round of applause, would you please? And so across the university, the teamwork continues to produce a lot of wins in so many ways. Our mock trial team, our cybersecurity team, our swimming and diving, our basketball, all of these have been amazing. And for example, swimmer Alexander Glees, just this year, actually broke the record held for 16 years by Michael Phelps in swimming. Give him a round of applause, would you please? And after winning 2 very prestigious regional tournaments, the mock trial team has earned a coveted spot among the top 48 teams in the country competing this month for the national championship. And also, our women's and men's basketball teams did really well. We cheered them on through championships, through the championship, those conference playoffs. They did extraordinarily well, and they do even better academically. Give them all a round of applause. Faculty and staff engage almost 90% of our students in all kinds of experiences that are applied learning experiences, from internships and research and service learning and study abroad. We can now say that 90% of our graduates go immediately to jobs or to grad school. Faculty and staff are mentoring all types of students and getting all kinds of awards. We have more Fulbrights this year than ever before. Already, we know that we have 10. We're still waiting to hear from several others. Even last year, when we had less, we were in the middle. We were right at the midpoint of all the 8 Ivy League institutions in Fulbright awardees. Big round of applause for Fulbrights, for students. You know, right now, we've already heard about one Fulbright, and there are a number of Fulbright scholars and the faculty, and we're very proud of all of them. 70% of our 75,000 alumni live and work in Maryland and build the economy here in very special ways between Virginia and Maryland. And just the leaders in this area, they're all over the country, but just think about it. The Surgeon General, the Speaker Pro Tem of the Maryland House of Delegates, the Baltimore County Executive, the Chief and Deputy Chief of Staff for the Governor, the new Health Commissioner, the new Chief Administrative Officer for Baltimore County, the Director of Johns Hopkins APL, and it goes on and on, from policy areas to science areas and all around the country. I was talking with the president of Ithaca College, and her provost, she was saying is wonderful, is a PhD in LLC. It's a big deal. I mean, so you go around the country and you see our graduates from public policy to LLC to biochemistry doing extraordinarily well. I want to give a major statement of commitment to the people who've been involved in everything involving faculty and staff awards, particularly involving going ahead to give money to other causes. And so several that I want to bring up to you. The most important, I would think, would be that we are raising the endowment. The endowment will help everyone. As time goes on, interest off endowment makes a big difference, and we are now right at $100 million, and our campaign is for $150 million. We're already at $115 million. Give everybody, Greg, all these people at all the campus for what they're doing with that. UMBC's second Giving Day was amazing. We raised almost $100,000 from 1,500 donors in 24 hours. Big round of applause. It's a big deal. And the Maryland Charities Campaign was unbelievable. We got to, presidentially speaking, $250,000, $244,000. But presidentially speaking, you get that, $250,000, right? I always remember how I say that, right? But with almost 1,000 faculty and staff supporting that campaign, 50%. More than 50% gave. The average for the University System of Maryland is under 20%. I want you to think about that. And yet, we give to help people in many places. I want you to give Nancy Young and Jack Seuss and all the coordinators a big round of applause for what they did with that. Very significant. Very, very significant. The budget looks better than ever. I want to wait because I don't want to jinx anything. And the legislation is not over yet, right? But I will tell you, we are getting more support this year from this governor and legislature than we have ever gotten in my entire 30-plus years at UMBC. Give the state a round of applause for supporting this university. We'll be giving you more details as soon as they come out later this month, and it's very good in terms of salary and all kinds of possibilities. So you'll hear more about that very, very soon. There are many themes that we talk about. You heard me talking about reaching together, claiming our future is one of those themes, and we talked specifically about ways in which we are working to get more and more international and national recognition. It's amazing to hear about world-class scientists. We heard about two today, one who's just gotten a global award, other who's getting all kinds of rankings. I have some breaking news. You know how the TV always says breaking news? Well, today, Times Higher Education just put out its ranking for sustainable development goals. The UN put out for the world, for all universities, these sustainable development goals involving impact on society and the economy. And it has everything to do in reducing inequalities and challenges involving race and ethnicity and reducing inequalities among men and women. And more important than that, just as important as that, the idea of what difference we make in the world, which is what every one of the people here was talking about. Here is the point, that breaking news, there were over 400 universities that were evaluated globally, and we ended up being number 62 out of almost 500, 460-some institutions, number 62. But even more significant than that, in America, number one institution being applauded today, it just came out today, is the University of North Carolina. The second is Arizona State, and the third, and the best of all, is UMBC. Give us a big round of applause. It's huge, really huge. This is really huge. And so many people have been involved in this work. And actually, our provost went up to the UN and signed something with APLU, an agreement that we would get involved in these sustainable goals. David DeMaria is always pushing us and Tony to the next level. And we're seeing the results of that. And you see it on many levels. In the Career Center, in the Shriver Center, we're getting all these international awards in addition to the research. And you've heard already about Princeton Review and Kiplinger and Forbes and Money and Fiscot, and it goes on. And the wonderful awards, I mean, we are accustomed to getting them in top 10 for innovation and academic undergrad, but it is significant to have the U.S. News Best Graduate School rankings, including dozens of our graduate programs in the list, including U.S. News Global University rankings highlighting our strength in geosciences and space science. Give them a big round of applause, would you please, for that? And equally importantly, the fact that we are in the top 20 in online masters in information systems. Give that department a round of applause. And for our student affairs people, these big awards from NASPA involving international services and our Career Center, both of which got these best practice awards, very significant. And again, we are in the top group for best colleges to work for 9 years in a row. Big round of applause. Another theme involves exploring every angle, and we are always talking about this idea of looking at ways of inquiry, of learning, of teaching, and the important breakthroughs in our labs, in our studios, in our classrooms. College of Arts and Humanities and Social Sciences just developed Center for Social Science Scholarship. We have a new interdisciplinary life sciences building going up. We have had an amazing, also a new building going up down there. How many of you been to the Shady Grove campus? How many of you have been there? You know, we have to claim that campus, right? We're moving almost to 1,000 students. There are other campuses there, but everybody loves us on that campus. Go down there and just tell people this is UMBC. Did you get that? Let the record show that. So the translational science, building the courses, working on that, it's all very significant, and we appreciate that. The other part, we have a new major initiative from AAAS called Dialogue on Science, Ethics, and Religion. We were the second campus to have one. I want to give LaCourse and all of his folks a round of applause, Bill, for this, because we were told that our first initiative involving this really surpassed everything that Stanford had done in communicating science with faith communities and the intersection of faith and science in our communities. Give us a round of applause for looking at ways that we can do that. And we recently launched the Center for Accelerated Real-Time Analytics, another big grant for that. We're very proud of Carter, as it's called. And I'm particularly impressed by what we're doing in internationalization, again, for Maria DeMaria and the provost in his office and Tony and others, that we're involved in this ACE Internationalization Lab. And it is the idea of expanding our commitment to global engagement and taking a more coherent approach. It's very, very impressive, and we will see more and more of that. Given some of you at commencement, when I asked the question, how many, this was of students graduating, how many, I said, had a parent from another country, right? I said, stand. And I thought it might be a third or fourth. It was over 60%. So we've got this rich mix of people coming from all over the world here. How do we take advantage of that as we look at our research and our teaching that will help all of us appreciate not only who we are as human beings, who we are as Americans, but most important, how we connect to the rest of the world. We've got all kinds of amazing accolades. I want to give Tyson Keene Meadows a shout out. He's just gotten this prestigious ACE fellowship. Give him a round of applause. I'm very proud of him. And he's got these very prestigious universities. He's probably not here. He's got these prestigious universities. Is he here? He got these prestigious universities after him, and I'm trying to push him in one direction. We'll see where he goes, but I'm very proud of him. Very proud of him. I want to say that. Roy Myers, professor of political science, just got the Aaron Radefsky Award for Lifetime Scholarly Achievement. Give him a round of applause for that, Roy Myers. And I should also say, Roy Myers was the dissertation advisor for Johnny O. And really was, the president of Towson and I, with some others, were chairing some of these committees for the transition, but there he was chairing and really giving direction on budget for the whole county. It is public policy at its best, when you're not only doing the research, but you're out there helping to prepare people to be leaders, since Johnny O has his PhD from us, and then putting the theory into practice. It's a big deal. It really is. I want to really give the history faculty, they're always getting these great awards. Susan McDonough has gotten an NEH fellowship. Give her a round of applause for her, an inclusive approach. And even the topic, her support, inclusive approach to research on medieval women, as an example. And then Nianshan Song, who's gotten an amazing award as one of the new writers of the year by Amazon China. Go fit, right? Give her a round of applause, please. And Christine Tong in MLL has gotten a Fulbright for a scholarly grant to research how written narratives shape the meaning of environmental disasters in China. Big round of applause. You get this international feel that we have. And I was especially taken by the award given to, how many of you know what the art exhibit Nunumet is? Nunumet. A few people know what that is. I want to give Lisa Marin a round of applause. She got the award for the best public art, the work that called attention to the demolition of the popular fountain that's in Baltimore. And you use your phones, and you can actually see it. It's called a Nunumet. Did you get that? N-O-N-U-N. Really creative. Give Lisa a round of applause. It's amazing. It really was. And there's so many others. Brad Arnold got, Professor McHenry, Brad got this amazing award, become the Fellow of the Royal Society of Chemistry. Brad, wherever you are, congratulations. Give him a round of applause. I must tell you that in the President's Council, I mentioned this, and I said the Royal Society of Chemistry was founded in 1841, and one Brit said, that's fairly young as an institution, right? Since the Royal Society of Physics is much older somehow, right? It's all relative, really is. And then Govind Rao, I want to give him again, he got this amazing award, and I want you to hear this, the Global Health Research Award from the Academic Pediatric Association. It is amazing to see what he's done with this incubator for babies, to help little babies live. That's touching millions of children, babies that he will never see. Give him a big round of applause for that, would you? And UMBC undergrads, he wants me to know, develop that. Give him a round of applause for the undergrads. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. You see how he wants to give that credit away. I love that. I really do. And then the other thing we talk about is extending beyond, and there's so many examples of that. I'm very proud that we are one of the 10 institutions nationwide to establish a Truth, Racial Healing, and Transformation Campus Center. Congratulations to Eric Ford and Shriverson and all the people involved in that initiative. The Sherman family has given us another $6 million. Professor Mavis Saunders is leading the Center for Early Learning in Urban Communities with communities. I'm very proud, and that funding to help us to look at from womb on through pre-K and on from there. So early child is becoming bigger and bigger on this campus. The American College Dance Festival is recognizing us. Last year, we were there with one of the major awards, and this year, we won the top award for our region, which was the best you can do in the country this year in dance. Give them a round of applause for that. We have a new Center for Democracy and Civic Life Works, and very proud of David and all of his colleagues for that, that's involved in civic engagement. This year, one of our undergraduates, two of our undergraduates really, Oluseyu and Anna, actually created a national conference that got amazing visibility when they created the first conference ever for black women in economics. Give them a round of applause for that. Both are superb. Anna will be going off to Harvard this next year. She's going to be, I predict one day she may become that first African American to get the Nobel Prize in economics. That's just how good she is. Give her another round of applause and let's see what happens. And in the Shriver Center, Maheen Hack got the Newman Civic Fellowship Award, and there, it goes on and on and on. So here's my point. I just gave you a touch of it. We will be putting this on the web. We would be here forever, and I know you've got a lot. You want to eat some more and everything. So I wanted to just give you an idea, but please go to the web and you'll get a sense of all the details that I did not talk about. If I did not call your name, just believe me, I was doing a sampling at most. So once again, we are so pleased that you're here today to celebrate with these people. As you leave today, the awards gathering, this ceremony, everyone will receive two gifts. Two gifts. It's like what we do with the other events, right? Two gifts, right? We don't have to pull things. You're going to get one anyway, so you don't have to compete for these. The two gifts. One is a lapel pin depicting our new, elegant new logo, designed by Director of Creative Services, our own graduate, Jim Lloyd. Give Jim a round of applause for that. And the second is a poster for your office to welcome newcomers to our community of inquiring minds. You're seeing these lovely branding all over campus right now. The creativity is amazing. It takes a community, all of us, students and faculty and staff and alumni and friends of the university, to do what we're doing. So right now, I want you to stand up for a minute. Stand up, everybody. Stand up. And I'll do with you what I do with groups all over the country, from university presidents to faculty, because the idea is that our attitudes shape so much of who we are. It's so easy to become cynical. No time for the citizen. Time to say we can do this. So repeat after me, and as we do it, I'm giving you a test, so make sure you're listening, all right? And you heard me do this before. Repeat after me. Thoughts, words, actions, habits, character, destiny. One more time. Thoughts, words, actions, habits, character, destiny. Here's your test. What your thoughts, they become your. What your words, they become your. What your actions, they become your. What your habits, they become your. What your character becomes your. A+, and thank you all, and welcome to UMBC. Thank you. And so keep standing, thank you. And now we're going to have the singing of the alma mater, and then you can keep eating that food we cooked last night. The alma mater. Please don't leave, anybody. Please, we're trying to teach everybody when the alma mater is being sung, everybody stands with respect for all of us. Always very important, very important. The alma mater. Ruff, 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 ruff. Bye.